What's going? Yo, in what in the wild world of Winterfell did I just watch? That was the greatest episode of any show I have ever seen in my entire life. Game of Thrones, you are incredible. I've never seen a show like that in my life. I've never seen a fight scene like that in my life. I've never been I've never been so entrenched in anything on TV in my life like that. I've never been so anxious, uptight, scared. I was legit scared. First of all, from the jump, from the gate, fresh out of the box, the Red Witch shows up with her magic, and she gives the Dothraki fire on their blades. I was really happy about that. I was hyped about that one right there. And the first wave of the Dothraki go into the night. They go into the woods, and all you can see is their flames from their swords. And within a matter of minutes, the flames went out quickly, just like blowing out a big birthday cake. The flames went out, and all you had left was about 4 or 5 people come back. Horses with no people riding on them. Like 3 or 4 people came back. And all of a sudden, a literal sea, not SEE, C SEA, a tidal wave of White Walkers rushed the front line, and oh my God, I said, what? Pardon me. I'm gonna be using some profanity. So I apologize. I just gotta get out like this. What the fuck? Just imagine if this was in 3D. Imagine this episode in 3D, and you see a wave, a tsunami, a sea of White Walkers rush you at full speed and full force. Oh my son, what in the hell did I just watch? I don't smoke, but I can understand why people will actually want to smoke after this. Then after that, it gets foggy, cloudy, dusty, wherever that was. And that just added an extra layer of suspense because now Daenerys and Jon, they're on the dragons flying, and they can't see because the cloud or whatever that was blocked off their vision from the fire that they were setting down below in the trench. So Jon and Daenerys are flying on their dragons, and you know the moment is coming. Like the scenes were as though you knew the Night King was coming with his dragon, but it's like for some reason they kept edging you there and then no, edging you there and no. But you knew the moment was going to happen where it was going to be a dragon fight. So they're in the air looking. They're in the air looking. Meanwhile, on the ground in the castle, they are getting bum rushed. It is literally World War Z. It is World War Z. And everybody's fighting. I swept down that Jamie's gonna die. That Brianna's gonna die. First of all, hold up. Let me get this out the way. Let me get this out the way. Let me get this out the way right now. Let me get this out the way right goddamn now, right now. Sam, you are some trash. Sam is some. He should have stayed his ass in the crypt. I'll get you the crypt later. But Samwell should have stayed his punk ass in the crypt with the women and the children and Tyrion Lannister and Sansa Stark. If he didn't want to be out there in that battlefield, he should have stayed his punk ass in that damn crypt with everybody else who didn't want to fight. But he decided to keep his behind out there and be with the soldiers and be with the White Walkers and get into that battle. And not one time did he get his hands dirty. Did he get with the shits? Not one time did he throw some hands. He got saved. I count at least 3 different times. 3 different times Sam got saved. But for some reason, he's still alive. He has to be the luckiest dude in the entire 7 Kingdoms. For him to be around that much action, that much blood, that much carnage, and still be alive is amazing and a miracle. And he's trash. He's trash to me. Sam got to do something to redeem himself. He is trash to me. If he didn't want to fight, he should have stayed his behind in the crypt. Now, back to the rest of the fighting. The fighting is going on and on and on and on and on, and they're trying to light the trench with the dragon glass spikes, but it's not doing it because for some reason, I guess the fog or the smoke or whatever is not allowing the fire to ignite. So the Red Witch comes in and she does her magic to try to get the flames lit, but she's having a hard time. I'm thinking she's gonna die. Like, it ain't looking good. And just in the nick of time, last shot, last ditch effort, the fire lights up and the trench lights up and there's a big flame. And okay, we making some headway. We making some progress. Little progress, but making progress. So that goes on. There's still some fighting going on because there's some White Walkers inside. There's some White Walkers beyond the fire. So there's still some fighting going on. Still some carnage, still some dying going on. Arya. Let me talk about my girl Arya. Out 2 parts of Arya. I'll get to the last part afterwards. The way she had my whole life in suspended animation when she was in that library hiding from those White Walkers on the Assassin's Creed tip. Quiet, low, creep low. Quiet, slow, creep low. Don't make no sound. Don't make a move. Nobody move. Nobody get shot. On the quiet tip. I said, oh my God. And the music. The music. Whoever orchestrated that music will get an Emmy. That music was award winning because the scenes, the transition between the chaotic fight scenes and the quiet suspense scenes, oh my God, what are y'all doing to me? Back to Arya. Arya is in the library. Creep low, move slow. She was on the and hit with the and hit with the and hit with the, and all of a sudden they found her. And yo, that was the first time in a long time I saw her scared. I saw her scared. So she running, and the hound, hold on, the hound, look at here, hound, come on now. This is not the time to all of a sudden have your fear of fire kick in. I know you got a fear of fire because of your brother. I get it. I get it. Your brother put you through some trauma, and from that point on, from a child on, you had a fear of fire. I get it. But hound, this ain't the time to get afraid of some fire. Fire is your friend. At this particular point, fire and dragon glass is your best friend. This is not the time to get chicken and get scared and want to tuck your tail and get stuck in the corner and want to cry. This ain't that time, man. This ain't that time. Lord Marmont, the little homie, she she is a tough one. She came in. She was like, you know what? I'ma die, but damn it, I'm taking one of you motherfuckers with me. One of you are going with me when I go. And who did she take out? The giant. She came in with the charge, ready to go. The giant grabbed her. Was going to eat her like Attack on Titans. That was exactly what it was like. It was like Attack on Titans the first season when what's name mother got eaten by the Titan. That's what it was like. But she came in with the stab in the eye and don't just drop. But she sacrificed herself, so she had to go too. But she went out like a soldier. Lord Marmont, salute you. Rest in peace. You earned it. So now we got Theon and Bran in the by the tree with a couple of soldiers ready to fight off any White Walkers that come in to defend Bran until the Night King comes, because we all know that the Night King is coming for Bran. Okay, so that right there. So Night King ain't got there yet. Now we get to the dragon fight. Now the dragons are getting in this. Jon and Daenerys on their dragons in the sky, flying. Still, because they had to go way above the clouds to really get clear vision to see what's going on. All of a sudden, we see a blue light come from underneath, out of the clouds, and sure enough, we know what that is. Boom! Flames come out, and we know it's about to get real. It's about to get rough, rugged, and raw. It's a dragon fighting dragon, and all that stuff. Boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden, Daenerys, and her dragon, knock off the Night King. So the Night King is falling thousands of feet on the just emotionless, just falls. So now his dragon, I can't even say her dragon no more. His dragon and him on the ground now, cause they got knocked off and knocked down. Daenerys and Jon fly down on the ground to meet him. They get down there. Jon goes somewhere, and Daenerys finds Daenerys finds the Night King on the ground, standing there, and without hesitation, without a second guess, she hits him with the Dragaris and sets the Night King on fire, burn his whole boots off, gets him all kind of toasted. Just fire rain down like spring rain. And you think that's it. Oh, the music gets all climactic, it gets all triumphant, all that stuff. And all of a sudden, this goddamn Night King This goddamn Night King, I swear, on the old gods and the new. This man standing with a smile on his face like, just, he took a full shot of dragon fire to the face and ate it. And I was like, oh shit, ain't no way. Ain't no way. It's a wrap. Now, Jon Snow, he tries to run after the Night King, and all of a sudden, Night King turns around and gives the okay for everybody to rise up, lifts his hands up, and now his army has grown even larger. He gives Jon Snow the, you can't do nothing with me look, walked off, and now Jon Snow is stuck by himself fighting a new group of White Walkers. Some unsullied, some, it's just like it goes from bad to worse to the worst to worse than that to oh shit, this is the apocalypse. I was on Twitter the entire time tweeting, just non-stop tweet. I've never tweeted that much in my life at one time. I don't tweet a lot. This was the first time ever I tweeted non-stop about my emotions from this. This was the apocalypse. This was Armageddon. This was the last days, man. Like they made, this is the book of Revelations, man. This was the rapture. All right, what else? Now everybody's running. The numbers are grown from the undead. First of all, I hope Grey Worm is alive still, and Miss Sandra. I hope they're still alive. I hope they're alive. Now we get to some real stuff, because now when the Night King resurrects the new members of his army, the crypt, the goddamn crypt. I saw everybody on social media speculating that it may be the crypt, because there is also the question like, can the Night King only resurrect people that he and his crew have killed, or can he resurrect anybody from the dead? Now, we don't know from what because the people from the crypt came out of the crypt, and now you got the undead in the crypt with the living. Now, we don't know for sure if the Night King and the White Walkers killed them from time past. We don't know that. However, we do know now that the dead that are in the crypt are now reanimated, and they are eating the living that are in the crypt. That was protection. Just when you think it couldn't get any worse, Game of Thrones just decided to say no. We're gonna make it so much worse for you all watching this. We are going to make you think that you are in this fight by yourself. We are going to make you feel like you are being attacked by White Walkers. No. We're going to make it even worse for you. Whatever anxiety you're feeling, whatever terror, whatever fear you are feeling, we're going to multiply it by 10. So you have a bunch of men, well, you have as many women and children. You have a bunch of women and children being eaten in the crypt, and the only ones that survive are Sansa Stark and, well, and Tyrion, which was backtrack where he said, I think we may live. That was some foreshadowing. So some people gonna live, and some of the children, some of the women live. Now we get to some more fighting, more chaos, more rage, more anarchy, more carnage, more brutality, more viciousness, more just terror, pure, unadulterated, uncut, fish scale terror. White Walkers are eating and killing everybody. And still, Sir Brienne, and Jaime Lannister are still alive. I don't know how, but they are still alive. I hope they don't die. Because my prediction, when I did the prediction before this season started, I said the people going to live are, well, I said Daenerys is going to die. I was wrong about that. Jon is still alive. Arya is alive. Tyrion is alive. I said Tyrion is going to die, but he said he's alive. Sansa's going to live. I said she's going to live. I said Daenerys. I said Daenerys is going to live, and I think Cersei's going to die now. So now we know. I said the Night King was going to live, but the Night King died. Okay, so now we get to the actual climax of all this. All the fight scenes wasn't really the climax. That wasn't the climax. The climax came when the White Walkers went and they found Bran. They found Bran and Theon and the soldiers. They found them. They were going to rush him and kill him. But we now know that the Night King and his crew, his generals, his right hand men, have found Bran, and they're going to find him and whatever they're going to do with him. They're in there. Theon is like, look, because Bran went into his walk where he rolled his eyes back, and I'm assuming he's guiding the Night King to him, so they can meet face to face, and I guess the final plan can go. Now, backtrack. The Hound, Arya, and the Red, and I forgot his name. They went into, I think, just the main dining room, main dining hall, to get away from the White Walkers because they just got finished running from the library. All of a sudden, they get into the main hall. The red witch is there. How she get there, I don't know. How she bypass everybody and not get attacked or eaten or chomped up or something, I don't know how, but she made it to the diner area. Arya and her are having a conversation. They recognize each other. They know each other. They have that moment, and then you hear the banging on the door. The White Walkers are trying to get in, and the red witch says to Arya, "What do we say to death?" And then it's a callback from when Arya was being taught by what's his name? I forgot his name. When she told him that, what do we say to death? And he say, not today. Well, that was a callback. So Red Witch says, what do we say to death? Arya says, not today. Which I took it as that's gonna be the final stand, and Arya's gonna sacrifice herself, but then you see her run off somewhere. She runs off to get something. We're gonna know what that is. She runs off to get something, and then she's gone. Later on, we find when Theon and the soldiers are shooting the White Walkers stop. Now, the Night King has made it to the tree where Bran is, and the here's the moment where Theon's gonna make his last stand, because they stop and Bran turns to Theon and say, you basically saying, thank you for your service, but this is as far as you go. This is as far as you go. I love you. You my family. But this is where we part ways. Theon knew that this moment was coming where he's gonna have to pretty much sacrifice himself, and in the hopes of maybe doing some damage. We know that what's gonna happen. Theon takes his spear and he charges with the slow motion music and with the dramatic music and the slow motion scene. We know he's gonna die, but he's gonna give it his last shot, right? So he runs to the Night King. The Night King quickly grabs him up, yanks him up, kills him. He breaks the spear, stab Theon. Boom, that's it right there. Theon is dead, takes his last breaths. Bran looks down at Theon, gives a little smirk, keeps on walking. His Night King's generals are behind him. They're just standing there, waiting for whatever to happen. And the slow motion again, and the dramatic slow music. He gets like a foot away from Bran. Bran looks at him. The Night King looks at Bran. Bran looks at the Night King. They look at eye to eye like, well, we here. What you want to do? I know you. You know me. I know why you here. How you want to do this? And all of a sudden, Arya, goddamn Stark, comes out of nowhere, like Ezio Auditore da Firenze from Assassin's Creed 2, comes out with the Valyrian steel knife and comes in to try to stab him, but the Night King turns around, catches a pop, chokes her up, like you thought you had something, I got you. He's choking her. All of a sudden, she pulls a slick ninja move. She drops the knife. I'm thinking that she dropped the knife because she's about to black out and about to die. She drops the knife, catches the knife with the opposite hand, and shanks him in the gut. He turns into ice, and he explodes into pieces of ice, and all of a sudden, the entire army of the dead is defeated. And I knew the moment she went to Gendry and asked him to make him the device. I knew from that point forward, Arya Stark is going to kill the Night King. I knew it. I knew it. I didn't know how, but I had a feeling when she showed Gendry the plans, like, can you make this for me? Like that spear that she had, that she only used for a little bit. She didn't really use it a whole lot, but she used it. When she told him to make that particular weapon, something told me, say, you know what? She's going to kill the Night King. And I was right. 100% I was right. She did it with slick, though. She jumped at him with the knife in one hand. He grabbed her, choked her up, and grabbed her arm to stop her. She drops the knife and picks it up with the other hand, boom, and bow, stabs him right in the gut. Stabs him in the gut. He turns into ice, breaks up, and everybody in his army, from the generals on to the minions, the White Walkers, they fall, just collapse. Even his dragon. His dragon dies. And the dragon just pops his boop, because the dragon, Jon Snow was about to fight the dragon. And that was going to be Jon Snow's last hurrah. We're gonna fight the dragon. But when the Night King died, the dragon died. Plop. Dragon gone, army gone, Night King gone. So now we have Bran Stark, um, Sansa Stark, Sam. He said like he crying. He crying and shit. Punk ass. And Sam, Daenerys is alive. Tyrion, Jamie, and what's her name? Brienne. It's so many names you gotta remember with this thing. So now that's it. That's it for this war. So now, remember, there's 6 episodes in this season. In this final season, only 6 episodes. That was only the 3rd season. Now that war is over, the Army of the Dead war, that's over now. The Night King is dead. Now, everybody is setting their sights on Cersei Lannister. They show that on the next episode. The scenes for the next episode. The Night King is dead. Army of the Dead is gone. Now it is House Targaryen and House Winterfell, which is technically the same house because they're related, cousins and aunts, and Lannisters because Jaime and Tyrion have now set their sights on the Iron Throne and Cersei Lannister. So we about to have the battle, the official battle for the Iron Throne in the 7 Kingdoms. And I'm going to tell you right now, I expect for this to be an easy win, but I sense some treachery. For some reason, I sense there's going to be some betrayal going on. I don't know how. I don't know who. But I get the sense of treachery is afoot. So, yeah, get ready. Oh my God, man. This was the best episode of any show I've ever seen since I ever watched TV. I'm talking about cartoon, movie, whatever. This was the best episode I've ever seen in my life. This was epic beyond imagination. This was on a level. This was like this. In one weekend, we have the greatest movie of all time, Avengers Endgame, and the greatest show episode of all time happened tonight. Wow. Good job. Good job, man. Game of Thrones. Bravo. 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 Thank you all for watching this video and listening to me talk and rant and rave and lose my mind. I will catch you all later. Peace. Winter is gone.